about time for some American football in front of this fired-up crowd here at London's Wembley Stadium. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers.
26, Green Bay Packers!
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we are underway in London. Here's Sky Moore on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And it's the Utah State 11 quarterback. Year 6 of his career, year 4 as a starter now. It's Jordan Love.
What's cool about Jordan's story, too, Kate, is he's officially moved beyond the story of how his career began, of sitting and waiting for his opportunity to shine. Now he just gets to celebrate all these shining moments, showing off the talent that he's got.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this gives him more blockers up front, but it also puts the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Second down, here's Love. And that one's going to be incomplete. Third down coming up.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To the air with Love. Down the field, Golden. They get him to the ground, but boy, they gained about 25 before they did. And that is a Packers first down.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield, first and 10. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's down all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. You want to get that century mark. That's a number that running backs are proud of, and stacking runs like that will sure help.
Love now to throw. And that's incomplete, only because of the hit applied, though. A good defensive play to bring up second down. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Still working from the 30 as they line this up, second and 10. Back to the air, Love. And he's got it, it's in close. And that's exactly what they needed to begin this game. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jaden Reed, a 30-yard score.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. Sent right down the middle and good. And that's good for a 7-0 lead.
7, Bengals nothing.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're going to be led out by the 7th-year star, former #1 overall pick, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, anticipation, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
On the pass now on 2nd down. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And giving the first down, winds up with about 6 on that play before he was stopped.
It's a gain of 6.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
All set to go now from the 35. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Receiver in motion. He's headed right. Working on 2nd down. Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. Here we go with Brown. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run, and the reward is they get off the field.
The Green Bay offense returning to the field for their 2nd possession. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Got away from one, but that only buys enough space for him to get back to the line, Brock. It's 2nd down.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. They go counter. It's Jacobs. Again, he's taken down right at the line. Same guy, same call, same result. And now it's 3rd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Bengals going dime here. 6 DBs out there. 3rd down. Love. This is Reed working the right side. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the 1st. 7-0 is our score. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. They're going to pick up 12 yards on the play, Brock. That's going to set them up with a first down. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if this ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
Now motion him out of the backfield. From the red zone on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up first downs and keep the drive on schedule.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run Jacobs. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they bump their lead up to 14. Now we're going to have a break in the action. One of the Bengals in some pain. They're going to go out to look at him. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bengals headed back out there offensively, Brock. So let's take a look at their offensive coordinator, Dan Pitcher, who's helping oversee this group. Pitcher's in his 3rd season now as the Bengals coordinator and has been with the team as an offensive assistant since back in 2016. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Burrow setting to throw. Hits him on the in route. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like about 11 yards. And it'll be 1st down Bengals.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Brown on the inside give. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Burrow on 2nd down. Middle of the field, and he's got Chase. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Gets 16 yards on that play. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10, offense going 3 tight ends to the left. Counter play, Brown. He's going to manage 13 yards here before going down. That picks them up to 1st.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number 1, you got to control that nose tackle. Number 2, you got to get people to the 2nd level. That was teaching tape.
1st down now, ball at the 33. They'll run again with Brown. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get it behind the line. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
A second down throw from Burrow. Right side cut by Higgins. And it's a gain of about 13 before he steps out. Didn't get the first, though, but it does help him ahead of this third down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And we won't see another play here, Brock, as the clock reaches 2 minutes to go. More from London right after this. Seventh play of the drive now as they need a yard here on third down. Short yardage run here for Brown. And they fought their way through to stop him behind the line. It's going to be fourth now and less than a yard. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. Trying for it with Burrow. It's caught. Chase has it. And it is an excellent decision to go for this. They convert on 4th and 1.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
From the red zone now. Complete out to the right side. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. That hit got there quickly.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Chase coming in motion right. Looking to throw, Burrow. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not that the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Burrow. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, kid. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, then let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
McPherson's kick is good. And that gets him back to within 11.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And this is Savion Williams on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Packers offense headed out late in the half. And with that 2-score lead, partner, they've got the option here. You can sit on it, or they could try something really aggressive. Going trips left here as they get set. 1st and 10. Throwing, it's Love. This is reeled in by Reed. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. And hit got there quickly. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of them on second down. Here's Love to throw. Complete on the slant to Watson. He's going to haul to the ground with a first down in tow, Brock. Give him 9 on that play. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their third and final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. We've set it down from 37. Love now. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Demetrius Knight has it. And the Bengals will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
First and 10 from the 32. Burrow to the air now. On target to his man Higgins. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. So they can try for some points going into the break. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. McPherson's kick is good. And our first half ends with 3 points. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Had a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. 2 quarters to go from London Town, and here we go in our second half. Samaje Perine on the return, and that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes the Cincinnati offense for the first drive of our second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Starting the half with a give to Brown. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one at the 41. They gain 11 on that play, and a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
So first down from the 41. From the gun, a give to Brown. There's the stop. Play hits for 15 before it, though. And that's going to be good for a Bengals first down. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Packer. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. down a yard shy of the 25. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Bengals have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Burrow. That's complete to Gesicki outright. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That's good time coverage right there defensively, but even a better throw on the play. Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet. I say to you all the time, Kate, completions, completions, completions.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Burrow from the gun. Looking for somewhere to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
On the handoff, this is Brown. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Brown. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. They nearly punched it in there. They were stopped just short. Might just set up and run it again, though, right, Brock?
Yeah, and these are the moments, Kate, like in that huddle, like as a quarterback, you just love. Because you can almost feel it from your back, from your linemen, like they want to dictate and set the tone. I think you still pound the rock.
Going power with a big tight end. He's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2.
That's what I call a go-for-broke call right there. Had that one saved up for a specific spot, and it fell just short of getting him the touchdown.
Now from the 2-yard line, it's 3rd and goal. Burrow out of the shotgun. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And they turn him away. The defense holds strong, and they get off the field on the turnover on downs.
50% hit rate on 4th down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate. And that's what this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Out now runs the Packer offense. And the question out there is, Brock, how early and often are they going to try passing here after they were picked off on the previous drive?
Well, I think the answer to that is how much trust does this play caller have in his quarterback? We're going to get to find out right now.
And it looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
Gained a little bit there. It kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room and no margin for error.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. He's going to have about 9 yards, it looks like, as he's forced towards that sideline. And that will be good for Packers' 1st down.
And the Packers' 1st down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Jacobs running behind center. He gets forward, that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Demetrius Knight.
The 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. The Packers with it. They have the lead late, but this game is close. Four yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Putting the tight end in motion. Second down throw for Love. Cut down the field, Golden. Brought to the ground as they hit him big on that play, Brock. It looks like they're marking the game at about 25 yards.
On the play.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up second and 2.
8 yards on
Gosh,
the
it's got to be so
pickup.
demoralizing, Brock, to know that this offense probably just going to pound the rock from here on out, and you can't really do a thing to stop them.
That's what they're hoping for, and that's really what all those body blows through the first 3 quarters should pay these kind of dividends when it matters the most.
On second down, Jacobs. Taken down, but not before he picks up 11 on the play. And that gives Green Bay the first down.
It's a gain of 11.
Kind of just feel it, don't you? Trying to close out this game, just keep leaning on that somebody who has produced and made the most of every one of his touches throughout.
First down, Jacobs the running back, coming off his 4th carry this drive. Back to the well again. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's second down. And I'll tell you what, Brock, a very valuable pickup there on first down. Not flashy, but valuable. They just got to keep this football moving.
And you know what it does? It just keeps them on schedule. And any OC in this league is going to be good with a 7-yard gain on first down, especially here in the final frame.
Here's Jacobs again on second down. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up, shift the momentum a little here in the 4th.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game. Not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Love on third and short. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late. It puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. On the return, this is P-Ryan. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. First call here coming from the shotgun. Burrow setting to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. Second down. First play of the drive, Brock. You always tell me that's always the start of a new battle, and defense wins round one in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right?
Yeah.
You got to now put yourself in a manageable third down after lack of execution on first.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Got a man over the middle, it's Gesicki. Down here after a gain of about 14 yards, it looks like. That's going to give them the first.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they can be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Burrow on first down. This is going to be caught once again by Gesicki. And out of bounds he goes after picking up close to 8 yards there. So 2nd and short coming up.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Chase coming in motion right. Burrow on 2nd down. Finds him on the slant. Some nice work here as he pushes forward for 20 plus the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. He finds Brown right side. And they stop him. He's marked down on that 18-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
First down, Bengals.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from London. Bengals trailing by 11. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Burrow. He'll get this one to Brown. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
From the 18-yard line, another try on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Right side cut by Higgins. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Chase coming in motion right. Here he is to throw. What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's hauled to the ground. Lucas Van Ness. And that puts this offense in a very tough situation now on 4th down.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
This connects with Higgins, and they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout, and they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Four downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. Makes the catch. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
As a quarterback, when you have an out-route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown, and there's still a small chance, Brock. This one isn't over.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game.
Will line up.
Man in motion here.
Conversion.
Setting up to pass. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now.
Packers 17. Bengals 14.
Come up with the wrist with me. Got some shorties out, supposed to stay down there like kids with me. Long story, it's a lot. Now my circle's so small that it's closer to a dot. They thought I was repping Grape Street. I'm turning up the watch. Speeding up the
So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers hands team. They're going to win this game.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. They're headed out now defending not a 2-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a 2-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off and punt that ball. Not now. Now you've got to get to the plays that you trust and believe in the most.
So this is a Packers win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.